Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and got another nice VEVOR product. It is the VEVOR double-headed sheet metal nibbler cutter. It's got one cutter has 360 degree turning radius and can really cut interesting cut. It's a nice metal case here with actually a carrying handle, and then it just opens up. You get a user manual, and it's going to cover some of the basic stuff you need to maybe know about the cutter. You get a straight and round cutting accessory right here, and we will look at that in a moment. You also get a step drill bit, and it's one of these right here. You just keep on going, and you can get different size holes as you push on the drill bit. And it's a little case there to hold it. You get the cutter control itself. Right here are the two cutters. This is the fixed one, and this is the one that swivels. You also get a handle here, which will fit onto either side. Depending on which cutter you're using, use the other with the threads to have a handle to hold on to it. You get an extra cutting head here just in case you need it. And you get a wrench here, a double, this is a Allen tool at one end and a hex nut loosener on the other. This is for going inside to change the cut blade. It's a round blade, and we'll see it in just a moment. And this takes the screws loose, the Allen screws here, and there's one more Allen screw down in the center there. And here is the cutting head. This is the deal that does the double cutting. Right here is a cut area. This is the sharp part on either end, and this moves back and forth, and that's how it's able to cut. But you're only using one cutter head at a time. This is where you connect your drill right here. And this is the way it would go. This goes right into any drill, and you can tighten it up. Put it on forward speed, and then as you turn it, you see this moves around. You're going to see this cutting bar go in and out, and that is the cutting action right there. It's when you want to make those circle cuts, different degree diameter hole. You can do it with this tool right here. It's a jig for holding everything in place. This is the pivot point right here, lock nut, and then this tightens it down onto here, and you have a lock nut here. Okay, this goes on, and there's a flat side here. If you look at the end, flat and round. Okay, this would go right in here, and you loosen that up. And if you want to hold at that radius, and this is the pivot point, we put this onto the straight cutter right here. It'll only fit on one, and what you do is this cut down portion right here goes down like that. All right, once you've gotten this set, you need to put the lock nut on, which holds it in place. Okay, so that's fixed now, and if you had a little wrench there, that would help you. Okay, so the diameter be that big. The other thing before we do a demonstration is I want to show you how to change the head if something happens that you need to change it. Now this is you don't have an adjustable swivel head. You only have the fixed, which is the same as that. So you take this tool right here, and this is the lock screw for that. In other words, this does not screw in. There's a ring in there that this fits down in. You just loosen this up a number of turns, maybe not all the way. You don't have to take it all the way out. But when you get it up to a certain point, it'll just slide right out. And there's the cutting bar. And it goes right in there. And that's what that screw is on, that little cut down area. That's what holds it in place. So you'd take the new one, stick it in there, and then tighten this down. But I'm not going to use it right now. I'm going to put the original one back. I just wanted you to see that. Line it up. And then you want to line this head up for the proper cutting right there. You've got a little place down there, which this is the actual cutting side. So I line that up just like that. That's a flat side, and kind of rounded. So I get it as straight as I can get it. And then we turn this down, take this, and tighten her down. And it will hold that head in place. Before you tighten her completely, I think it moved a little bit, so I'm going to loosen it and move that around to where it's right, perfectly ready to cut straight. Okay. Okay, perfect. And that's the way it is right there. That's the part that's going to be doing the cutting like that. Okay, now one other thing is, if you want to change this rod, this is what you have to do. If you want to change this, there is where it connects in to the center portion of this, is this little cut down right there. So you have to remove this right here, and you need a little long nose, and right here is a little ring, and you clip in there and hold on to it. Don't let it spring out. There it is. And then you can pull this out. This is just a cover, a plastic cover, and there's grease in there, kind of like axle grease. And right there is a nut. If you'll notice, that goes back and forth. We've got to loosen that nut with this part, and you want to get it in position, so get it at one end, and then you can stick this on there like that, and then you hold on and then loosen it. Loosen this around, and then with this end you would take this, and that's a Allen screw, and that's what holds the pin in place, and you run it out. You don't have to go all the way, but at some point this will come loose and you can pull it right out, and then you can stick the new one in. I'm not going to take it out. There's oil grease down there, and I just wanted to show you. So I'm going to just take it loose a little bit. Okay, there, I loosened it up, and I would keep going, and then I could pull this out and slide the new one in. Now I want to just leave it in there because I'm just wanting to show that. So that center one, you put her back down tight, and then you again tighten this lock. This is a lock nut to keep that tight and everything. So there. And then once you've changed it all out, you put this back in place just like that. Then you take this. Careful, because it'll spring out of your hand possibly and then go flying somewhere, and you don't want that to happen. So put it here, hold on to it with your thumb, put her down in there, and then it'll push right down in and lock in place just like that. And there, it's all set to go, and it's ready to go. Okay, we'll use that after a lot of cuts. The cutting bar is going to get dull, and you'll be wanting to use a new cutting bar. You have one, and that's the procedure to do it. Now, we're going to do a demonstration using the fixed end right here to cut a straight line. Anybody can cut a wavy or just a line that's guessing, but I've set up a jig over here of cutting a piece of sheet metal, and we're going to see just how we do this. There's a flat side here and a flat side there. That can be like a fence, and you just measure in how far into the cut down area up to the flat area, and that is where you will be cutting, on that inside edge. So let's look over at our jig. Okay, this is my demonstration, because the other I ran into a bad place here and it didn't really cut good. So here I've got a flat area all the way, and we're going to cut this. And we'll see how that works. Okay, and I've measured it and everything looks good. And now we're ready to go. Here we go, all the way up to there. Okay, you can see here, this was a little bit of a problem right there. I should have had it turned around. Okay, so here we go. Okay. There, pretty nice cut. And right here you can see it's nice all the way, so a fence really helps. And you'll see all of the filings come out of this hole, and that's what they look like, little horseshoes. Now another thing you can do is you can loosen this up, and this one, and you can make some interesting cuts. Like you might want to have notches in there to a certain degree. Let's say we just want to do it like that, just to give you an idea. I'll just put some right along here. So what I can do is just go right along here, and I'm going to freelance it. And then here we can do another one. Like that. And it goes right up to the fence. So there's a lot you can do with this tool, and I think it'll be handy to have around. Next time you need a nice cutter, the Nibbler cutter is the one to have from VEVOR. Thank you very much for watching my video.